Hi and welcome to this video and happy Christmas. Today is the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve in the UK, but for me it's the Christmas Day and Christmas Eve all together, and I thought it would be a good idea to talk a little bit about our traditions and the weird things that we do in Slovakia over Christmas. And they're not obviously weird for me, but every single year I get asked the same question, basically, what do you do over Christmas? And then when I start explaining it and how our Christmas goes and how we've got baby Jesus delivering presents rather than Santa, and then I just get looked at like, what? So people find it a bit odd, obviously, because it's a lot different to what's going on here in the UK. So I just thought I'll explain a little bit about that. So the first one, before we even get to Christmas, on the 5th of December, this is usually, kids usually do this, so between 5th and the 6th of December, you get Saint Nicholas or Father Christmas come to your house, and if you were a good child, you get sweets and fruit and nice things, and if you were a bad child, or if you were naughty all year, then you get coal or potatoes or onions, and like we used to get wooden spoons so you can get smacked on your bottom and stuff like that. Very violent. So what we used to do as kids was that you have to literally clean out your shoes or like your winter boots, polish them and put them out in a window. So when you went to sleep, St. Nicholas or Father Christmas came overnight, and if you had your shoes nice and you were a nice child, then you get nice things. If you were a naughty kid, then you had the bad things. Also, usually kids get really scared because Father Christmas comes with an angel and a devil. And they are usually really scary, so the devil has like proper horns and like that's dirty face and has a big sack, and obviously the parents will scare their children, saying that if they don't behave and if they're naughty, then the devil basically puts them in a sack and takes them away. And I remember being a child, I was proper scared. Like kids will cry, and this is not even a joke, but I guess it helps and they stop being naughty. So that's before even the whole Christmas thing starts. The second thing would be what we eat and what food, and how does the food basically get on the plate. So we eat fish. That's like the main course. So like people in the UK, and I'm guessing in America, they eat turkey or lamb or whatever they want, but our tradition is to eat fish. It's usually a carp, or if you're more posh, you can have salmon or whatever you want. Well, we always eat carp. When I say we, I don't. I just eat fish fingers. Or just don't eat. No, I do eat. I usually just have fish fingers because I don't want to eat real fish. And I'll explain why. What the tradition was, you went to Tesco, and outside the Tesco, you would have these massive tubs. There was like a stall. There was a person that was looking at that. They had like massive like plastic tubs full of carps, fish, carps that were still alive. And then you went there, we used to buy two because our family just eats a lot basically, so we got like two massive carps, brought them home. You put them in a bathtub for like 2 days, or maybe just like 24 hours, not like 2 full days, and they swim there. Obviously fill it with water. You don't just like put them there with no water. So you fill the bathtub with water, put the carps in there, you name them, and then you play with them for a bit, and then the next day basically grandma comes, fishes them out, like picks them up, puts them on a counter in the kitchen, gets a meat tenderizer, covers the carp with a kitchen cloth, and just whacks the carp on the head until basically it stops moving, until it's dead. So this is a picture that I have in my head from my childhood, from Christmas. So yeah, so that's the fish situation. Basically then you just like cut the head off, because we don't eat that. So you have to like take the guts out and everything, and you just deep fry, and it's like basically just the breaded fish. That's the fish story. I don't know how I've been going through this for all these years. But the third thing is how we actually do our dinner. So there's loads of traditions around the table. So when I was at home, obviously it was 5 of us, so we were just sat around the table. Now when I'm not at home, my mum always puts a plate for me as well, as if I was there. That's so sad. What we do, you put like a big plate for the main course, and you put a small plate for, we have like these, it's like wafers, but it's like not filled with anything, and then you put honey in them, and some people put either walnuts, or you can put garlic on them. So garlic and walnuts are for you to be healthy all year. Then we put fish scales, the fish from earlier that we killed. We take a few scales from the fish and put them under that plate, which means, or like you're wishing people money, like basically the scales mean money. And then what you're supposed to do before you start eating as well, put a little bit of honey on your finger and just make a cross. It's really just like religious things, so you put a cross there like to be protected or something all year. Then also you can make like predictions, so you take an apple and you slice it in half like that, and if you get like a nice star from the middle, like from the core, then you'll be healthy all year. And then what some people do is like you turn to the main door with your back, and then you throw a shoe or a slipper over your back, and then if it points, if the front points towards the door, then you will get married that year. If not, then you won't get married that year, basically. Yeah, predictions. You have this wafer with honey and everything, and then you have the main course, so we usually have potato salad and soup, cakes as well, cakes after that, and then you just go and open the presents. Now the fourth thing is that our presents are delivered by baby Jesus, not Santa. We're not that religious as a family, but obviously when we were little it was all like, oh, baby Jesus, whatever. We used to go to the church at midnight on the 24th. It was freezing cold, there was millions of people, we were like half asleep, but we still wanted to go and like sing with the choir and everything. So it was so pretty, like a million people there, like you had literally nowhere to sit down, like no one even cared. It was usually our grandma who used to take us. And also when we were kids, when we still believed that like baby Jesus delivered the presents and everything, we used to go for a walk. So my mum used to take us for a walk to like count the Christmas trees in people's windows, and while we were doing this, our dad used to put the presents under the Christmas tree. And then when we were a little bit bigger, when we obviously thought that something's going on, what they used to do is like our dad was waiting like in the bedroom, and then mum used to knock on the window on the other side of the flat. So she would be like, oh my god, baby Jesus is like knocking on the door. So we would run across the flat to like look out the window where the baby Jesus is, and then our dad would just quickly grab the presents and shove them under the Christmas tree. And then when we came back, all of a sudden presents were under the Christmas tree. And I remember also waiting for baby Jesus. Like this must have been really bad for my parents. Like I literally lie down under the Christmas tree and was waiting there because I really wanted to see baby Jesus, and I wanted to see him how he delivers the present. And I must have fallen asleep, because then I woke up and I turned around and boom, presents were all of a sudden there. So yeah, a lot of lies. Like ever since I came over here, it's so different, like when you don't have your family around. This year is the first year that I put a Christmas tree up after like 3 years. It's just so different, like when you're at home, like you realise like it's not really about presents, is it? Although I like getting presents, but it's more like it just feels like a normal day. So I still made a salad, I still made fish because I love the salad. I could eat the salad for days. It's just not really the same, the fish thing. Like when I started explaining to people how to eat fish, but you have to go and buy it and then put it in your bathtub and then kill it and like... Anyway, Merry Christmas everybody, and hope you have a good start of a new year. See you later, bye.